start, Ria?
Okay, and there is a, sorry, Pak York, there is a question from Cambodia in the chat box.
Yes.
The question is, what is first aid for sprain and stress fracture?
First aid stress fracture is very simple. Yeah. It is not acute. This is coming step by step. So yeah, normally it's rest, but a lot of aquatherapy, etc. You have to know where is it. Yeah, of course you can put ice, etc. And you have to see a doctor when it's really a stress fracture because you have to decide how big is it. Yeah, ankle sprain, simple. Do immediately ice, immediately. Yeah, and then compression, etc. Yeah, we will come back to this later anyway. And when you have all the questions, collect them and send them over to me, and then I, with Dr. Chan, I will answer all the questions. Not a big deal. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you very much. And I know I got of information from Dr. Chan. So what I said already, I'm coming from a coaching background, so it's quite easy for me to talk to you, and I know there's a lot of physios. Today, in this session, what I want to show you some statistics that we got from the World Championships in track and field, how many injuries we have, and then we are coming over to the, call it 4 or 5 phases of rehabilitation, what you as coaches and physiotherapists can do together. What is the most important thing? For me, we are a team and we have to work together. It's not everyone works alone because this doesn't work. We are a team. And this is included the doctor, the coach, and the physio, and when we are lucky, strength and conditioning plus biomechanics, but we are talking tomorrow. First of all, when we start today, I will show you some videos, what can be happen with your athletes, how they get injured. And you will realize this is only track and field, and this cost us maybe 2 or 3 minutes. And enjoy the videos, and then I come back to you. Next one. Okay, just a second.
Do you play the video? We can see.
Dia nggak dengar.
Excuse me, Mr. York, but we cannot see the video.
Okay. So you saw all the nice movies and clips. What I want to come back to Achilles tendon rupture with Liu Jiang, one of the famous hurdler, I guess, in the world, but he was. You realize in this final, 4 people injured. And this is quite seldom, yeah, but this one, he ruptured his Achilles tendon, another one twist his ankle, and 2 have a hamstring injuries. And this in one final. And so today, let us check what we can do with our athletes when they are injured. When you come into our background, and I come back to this normal stuff, what we call it ACL reconstruction and distortional injuries. In track and field, this have a high prevalence in it, in our population. What we also know that only after injury, we get our performance back 75 to 85%. What is the reason about it? Doing we something wrong, or we don't know? The most important thing for me is the last sentence. The athletes' lack of confidence to go back to our training and competition. And most of the guys, when they are coming back after rehabilitation, they avoiding maximum speed, landings with high impact, high agility work, direct physical contact, and what we call it man-to-man situation, or easier do everything to try to win. What is actually the reason? And there was actually a very nice study from Mr. Walton Ekström from Sweden, how long people need actually to full recover after knee injuries or ACL injuries. And this study was conducted by the UEFA, and they put 27 clubs from the Champions League together, and they want to find out what has happened with all the athletes after huge knee injury. So you find out you have 139 ACL injuries, 125 ruptures, and 14 partial ruptures. What for me was very important to see here is only 111 from 119 playing the same level. 15 was still in the rehab this time, and 5 retired after the injury. And now we are coming to a very important point. From the beginning of the injury to the first game, to return to play. And to return to play means competition. This is not training or jogging. That means full training. They need 8.1 months. So you can't say what a lot of people say, oh, after knee injury or ACL reconstruction, 6 months and they are back. Maybe they are back to training, but not back to competition, what is a huge difference. And when I was working ISN, we did also a statistic what was happening with our guys. Yeah. And it was not nice to find out that, especially in track and field, yeah, we had foot and knee injuries. We had 12 people, 5 quit and 7 continue sport, and only 3 of them get a re-injury. And it was not nice. So let us start with the nice part, or not so. Guys, when you think about injuries in track and field, most of the injuries here coming here in training. What can be the reason to get our people injured? There's one big point for me, is every time overused. Overused in which kind of matter? Is it the training? Is this maybe the mental aspect, or what is it? Sometimes we also as coaches ignore when people say to us, "Oh, coach, I'm not feeling well, and I can't do this today. I had problems, etc., etc." But maybe we have to look inside this more and more. For me, as a former coach, of course, you have your training schedule, you have your periodization plan, but sometimes what I call it more art of training, you have to realize when your athlete is not 100% fit or concentrating the training, you have to cut. And the next time when he feels better, maybe you put on. Yeah. And this is actually what is quite important for me, because we can avoid a lot of injuries when we look inside more. I give you a small example. Think about, you have an athlete and you have a technical event, and I call it high jump, where I'm coming from. And suddenly the guy said to you, "Oh, Jörg, I'm not in a good mood because my wife told me we have to renovate the kitchen. I don't have the money for it." And I'm 100% sure he can't train 100% anymore because he's thinking how I can get the money. So, and when you train, because you want to finish your program with full high risk, there is a high chance that he got injured again. Yeah. And when you will see it now, when we come to our disciplines, what is actually happen with the highest prevalence? When we come to sprint and hurdling, yeah, it's every time tight injuries, hamstrings. Why hamstring? Everyone knows hamstring muscles are quite weak, and we have to fight against the opponent, what is the quadricep, what is quite strong. So is this possible to check our athletes more? They are flexible enough and they are strong enough in the weak muscles, and they are flexible enough in the strong muscles. Later on, we discussed this a little bit further up. Yeah. Next one, Achilles tendon. Achilles tendinopathie. I can sing a song about it because when I was an athlete in East Germany, some couple of years ago, I ruptured my Achilles tendon, and it was also because of overusing. In pole vault or in jumps, we have the same. We have a lot of ankle sprains, yeah, because of the high impact. We have a lot of overuse, lower back pain, and then we are coming back. Can it be how to find out a muscular imbalance? Yeah. And next one, it throws shoulder, elbow injuries, as Dr. Chan said already, and a lot of back pain. Yeah. Middle and long distance, for me, it's big factor is every time the stress fractures. Yeah. Knee issues, and of course, because of the running, Achilles tendon issues. Well, I have experience in the past 30 years with Achilles tendon issues, for me, more and more, check out what kind of shoes the people are wearing and how long they are wearing these shoes. Yeah, find it out, check it out. Yeah, and also try to do, yeah, some testing. Where's the weak muscles and where's the strong muscles? Tomorrow we are spending a lot of time with this, and you can see which kind of testing you can do. Okay. So when you see in all the world championships, what we got good statistics, from 1,000 athletes, at least 135 are injured. A lot of people say it is not so high, but for me, that's quite high. Yeah, especially we are talking about the world championships. And you see also some people in the world championships, in the training, they got injured. Is this the over-motivated? They want to show everything? Yeah. And funny part as well, male, yeah, have much more injuries than female. Okay, good. And when you see this, our left side is the girls and the right the men, what will be happen? So I will start with the girls. Head and neck injuries only 1 to 3%, upper extremity 8 to 12, trunk 12. For me, every time tight, 19 to 24. And the lower leg is 13 to 23. These are the two that we have to check it out. Knee injuries, not so much in track and field, luckily, yeah. Achilles tendon only 4% for the females. When we are coming over, relaxed and easy to the men.
Excuse me, Pak York. Excuse me, Pak York. Do you use the PPT? Because it is not shared on the screen.
Yes, we never see the videos
and PowerPoint. Can you see?
No one can see.
No one can see. Oh my God. Sorry. So we go backwards.
Okay, even we don't see the videos too.
But it makes clear for me here, you are sharing your screen. It's clear here. It's everything is in green.
No, it's okay, we see.
What? Kevin, can you see now?
Yeah. Yes. Now we can see.
Okay, we go back. What was the last? You saw this? You saw this? Or you didn't see anything?
No, we see it now. We see it now. This is the first time.
Oh my God.
We didn't see anything.
We never seen anything.
Oh my God. Okay, we want to start again? Because it was clear here. Oh my God. Okay, no problem. No issue.
Yes.
We do it a little bit faster. Oh my God.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I have to apologize because here we have a green light. Because
like we are sharing the screen.
Because here you see you are sharing the screen. What we have here. Can you see now everything?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, all right. Okay, we start again. So, now you can see the background. So, we are only talking what I want to say. Knee injuries and especially this, yeah. For me, is the second point the most important one. In 2004, Haas, Topansky, and Schmidt-Bleicher found out when we are coming back after surgery or injury, we only get our conditioning level to 75 to 85%. And for me, this is not enough. We need more. And especially when you are coming down to the number 3, when the athletes coming back from the rehabilitation or physiotherapy, they can jog, they can run, they can sprint, but they can't actually compete. And to bring the people back from this, call it sport-specific training to competition, you need time for this. And 2001 to 2012, the UEFA make a huge study with the 27 football clubs, and they only want to find out how long actually people need to recover after a very heavy knee injury. And on the 27 clubs, they had 139 ACL injuries, 125 ruptures, and 14 partial ruptures. Important for me is the last sentence. They need at least 8.1 months to full recovery. That means for this, they can play. So this is not training, they can compete. What is a big difference? And also in where I was working in the National Sports Institute, what we found out in track and field, we had 12 athletes with foot and knee injuries. Only 7 continue, 5 quit, and 3 of the 7 re-injured. So what is the reason? Yeah, for this, we have to find out it later. So this is what I said already, maybe you still remember. Yeah, in the training we got much more injuries than in the competition. Yeah, and also later there is a lot of varieties about these injuries. Most of the track and field injuries coming from the lower limb. And now we are coming back what I was talking, sprint and hurdles, thigh injuries, Achilles tendon problems, jumps, Achilles tendon problem, ankle sprains, back pain, yeah, spinal cord trauma, yeah. Throws, overused most of the time, back pain, shoulder and elbow injuries, middle and long distance, Achilles tendon, and chronic knee, yeah, stress fractures, a lot. Think about, check it out, where is the weak muscle, where is the strong muscles? Is there anything what we can say? Yeah, when you know exactly where are the weak muscles and the strong muscles, I guess we can, yeah, prevent a lot of injuries. So we have a very clear statistics from our major championships, what was happened there. For me, in the world championships, when people are so motivated, yeah, they got injured when they trained 1 or 2 days before the big event. Also, for us, it's very bad when you see it that male athletes suffer more injuries than female athletes. Maybe female athletes stronger in the head, so we have to accept it. And now we are coming to this, what I said before. We start with the girls. For me, it's only the height is 19 to 24%, and the lower leg is 13 to 23. When we are coming to the men, leg injuries or tight injuries is 27 to 33, and lower leg, yeah, 11 to 20. What can be the reason for this? Okay, especially for young kids, yeah, we have to check it out every time what we can do with our athletes, and especially we have to check, yeah, when you see a major muscular system could be one possible to increase injuries for young athletes. Guys, when we're thinking about jumps and call it easy plyometrics, girls have a big issue in young age because they are not strong enough and they have valgus in the knee. So you have to check the technique of these girls, how they land and how they jump. Yeah, I'm a big fan of plyometrics, but I call it every time before you go to tough training in biometrics, teach the right technique. Yeah. And you see number 3, a lot of young athletes moving out of track and field because they got too many injuries. What can be happen? Why? We are too tough on them. And the last point, we need more knowledge about how we prevent injuries. So, of course, we need every time a good strengthening and program to avoid injuries. But is strength training the only way to prevent, or we can do much more? Yeah, and this is the reason this time we are also coming to the biomechanics and what we can do with this. So this, I guess everyone knows that. And I said it already, we need flexibility, not only in the strong muscles, also in the weak muscles. Yeah. And when you do a normal testing, yeah, when I call it every time, do the agonist and antagonist. So the player and the opponent. So this is simple stuff. Yeah. We know there's some overuse injuries. We have to accept it. Yeah. Sometimes you have to push. Sometimes you have to cut. And when we are coming to track and field, we are dealing with injuries and we can't avoid, because sometimes you have an accident, so ankle sprains, etc. Yeah. But it is possible how to prevent this. And you see the risk factors on the right side. Nobody can tell us right now why male actually have a higher risk of injuries than females. The reason, I don't know. Maybe they want too much. That can be a reason. And they don't think they have to load down. But it is clear, and we have it black and white, that men have a higher risk of injuries. So when we are coming to rehabilitation, and especially for our coaches and physiotherapists, and this is what I come back to my first one, we have to learn to work together. It cannot be that coaches have no clue what's going on and everyone said, yeah, he's injured and that's it. And you still remember I said in my opening speech, your athletes are not sick, they are injured. And the injury can be happen, we have to accept it, but it doesn't mean your athlete is out. He is still part of the trainings team, and he or she, yeah, have to know that she is not alone. Of course, it's very clear, doesn't matter which kind of injuries you have, or he, we have to follow the 4 to 5 phases of rehabilitation. But also for you as the coaches, yeah, and physios, what I can do beside the rehabilitation program, or can I be part of the rehabilitation program as a coach? This is the key. Yeah. And when it's coming to rehab, for me, it's very clear. Everyone is different. And I don't like protocols. When someone says we follow this protocol, I will say, look, you are different from me, and you are different from my partner. And maybe for someone, the wound healing is very good. And another one have maybe a good adaptation to his neuromuscular system. But another one don't have it. So why you're doing the same program for everyone? Makes no sense. And in high performance, we have to learn our athletes are the best in the country. So they have to get the best treatment for everyone. Also, I'm a big fan to change every time from passive to active rehabilitation. Yeah. Again, my sentence, people are not sick, they don't have any diseases, you can touch them and they can train. Yeah. So these are the points we want to discuss. And we do it this. Oh, this is, wait, we do this tomorrow. So that's it. Guys, before you start rehabilitation, when you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actually components coming together, we need for a good rehabilitation every time a very good physiotherapy. Sometimes we need also someone taking care of the mental part of the athlete. We need a good sports scientist or strength and conditioning coach or the own coach to help out what I can do to keep them in a good shape. Hydrotherapy means water therapy. You need a good nutrition, and the biggest point, the biomechanics. Without the biomechanics, we can't go. And a lot of people say, oh, I don't have the equipment, etc., etc. Luckily, in our time right now, we can do a lot also without big equipment. Simple for you guys to understand. You can do easily right now a gait analysis. You can have your athlete, and when he's still limping and he said to you, no, I'm not limping, you have a handphone, you can make a video, and you can do it also in a slow motion. And this is the first way to show them, look, you're still limping, and this is black and white. Later on, we have some videos for you guys to see, yeah, how we do this, or sorry, tomorrow when we come to this. Yeah, so we need all these 5 working together. And for me, when your athlete is injured, the doctor is a big part of his rehabilitation. But the doctor will see your athlete maybe every 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But who will see him every day? Who is the most trustable guy? It's the physio and the coach. And I hope every time that the coach don't let the athletes down and say that's it because he can't train anyway. That's not good. Yeah. Athletes need the support of everyone. So when we are coming to the importance of rehabilitation, I try to recover fast, or better to say, in a good way. Because sometimes fast recovery doesn't mean they are, didn't get injured again. We need time, step by step. The next, we have to strengthen our athletes. We have to rebuild the mental, and then we have to prevent injuries. Yeah, because everyone knows when you got the injury, you're still scared. Maybe you can run perfectly, but when it's a competition, you're still thinking, oh my God. The best examples for me is high jump, when people twist their ankle. When you do it one time, but to bring people back to full achievements of their capabilities, this is absolutely not easy, because people are scared. And then you have to work with a good mental coach to help you out. And also, what kind of treatment or what kind of exercise I can do to bring him back and to prevent this injury. So this is the last one before we go for our lunch break. Important that we start immediately after the injury, doesn't matter what kind of injuries, with the treatment. Yeah, because the longer the people are not in an immobilization time, the longer you need to recover. So we have to start so soon as possible with active treatment. I know now from Europe, after knee injuries, Achilles tendon, but in track and field is very often, the Achilles tendon is done. And the next day he can start already with some, call it small circuit training to activate. And when you know that you can help your athlete as well, because sometimes I know, especially here in Asia, we heard it a lot. Sorry, the athlete needs rest. And for me, as an athlete, I will say thank you very much. Rest means I don't do anything. It's a free holiday, but it's not true. Rest means this ankle or joint or muscle maybe needs rest, but the rest of the body is totally healthy and can do something. Okay, and then when it's coming to this, we need the 6 again: physio, medical training therapy or sports therapy, electrotherapy, hydrotherapy, massage therapy, and diagnostic is coming together with our treatment plan. So, where we go on? Yes. Oh, wait. I guess we still have the time. I go to. Okay. So this is my treatment approach. This is the last slide before we go for our lunch. Sorry. Yeah. And you see, I'm coming from track and field. This is our 400-meter lab. Yeah. So what I do with my athletes, we do a good assessment. Then second, we do a good therapy and training. I monitor our training. Then I do my evaluation. And I do the verification as well. So verification means, okay, simple. I realize, I call it, we did quarter squat, 10 repetition, 5 sets. He don't have any issues anymore. So what I can do? Can I do half squat? Yes. How strong is he? It is possible to do. So every time we have to check our athletes where we're standing and how far we can go. And ladies and gentlemen, important, check, not everyone is the same. Everyone is different. And I don't like people who say, I wrote a program for the next 4 weeks. This doesn't work. You can have maybe something in your mind that you say, okay, but in rehabilitation, There's something different. In sports science, we say the body adapts to the training. But in rehabilitation, we say, yeah, the training adapts to the body. Different, because we are facing some issues here. It can be swelling, it can be not feeling well, etc., etc. We have to check it out. So one more time, this is my last, before the break. Sports science, clear. The body adapts to the training. In rehabilitation, opposite, the training adapts to the body. So that is from my side. Yeah, we have any questions, you let me know. When not, I will see you in 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock Jakarta time, when I'm not mistaken. And yes, then we have another, I guess not more than 30 minutes, and then we do a lot of practical stuff as well. I have one of my students is here, so he will check it out with you guys. And this is
okay,
much more
we will meet again 1 o'clock Jakarta time. Yep.
Pardon? Yeah? 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock Jakarta time, huh?
Yes, 2 o'clock Malaysian.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, any questions before we go for the next one? You.
I'll share it.
Okay, so sorry one more time about I will blame my guy. Yeah. Oh, you have someone have a question, Mr. Rat. Okay.
Yes, it seems there is a question from Cambodia.
Yes.
Mr. Poesita. Mr. Poesita, please.
Waiting for him to ask a type.
Oh.
There he is, guys.
Okay. There.
I saw in the chat box.
I saw it as well.
Mr. Poesita, Mr. Poesita, please.
Unmute.
Mr. Poesita, unmute your device.
Oh.
Oh, he wrote in the chat box, Pak York.
Yes, I will answer him. I will answer him with typing.
Yeah, might actually have cracking around.
Yeah. I will, because we can't see him, so it's easier. So everyone can enjoy his lunch, and I will type something to him. Okay? Because I guess he can't talk. I don't know what's happened.
Maria?
Yeah, Manana.
So I have a questions. Can I deliver?
Okay, there he is.
Okay, hello, Mr.
Hello.
York. How are you?
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. So I have a questions regarding to the type of recovery management, something like that. As you know that we have lot of model that we can deliver to the athlete as a recovery model, such as by using the water, like the cold water immersions, or maybe like aqua jogging, and some people also do like contrast water and deliver to the athlete after they doing exercise, something like that. So my questions will be related to the type of fatigue. So as you know that some injuries happen also not only by improper technical model by doing running or jump, something like that, but also some happen also since they have too heavy level of fatigue, something like that. So my questions is, what is the recovery model that proper to the athletes after they do strength training, and also after athlete have some long endurance running, something like that? As you know that these two types of different types of the fatigue level, something like that. Can deliver also, can we do also deliver some like cold water immersions to the long endurance training or maybe something like that. So this is my questions. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Okay, but I hope everyone have still some time. I mean, you're touching a very nice, interesting area. Of course, what we can do, recovery. Because we have to accept it. Sometimes we have to, you know, train a little bit harder and a little bit tougher. So what we can do for recovery. You're totally right. Aqua training is one, but you have to think exactly how long you can put your people in the water. Because also what we call it water sucks. Because water sucking everything out, your power. So you have a good strength training session and you put your people in the water for 45 minutes. The next day you can't train anymore because you're totally tired. So it means the whole effect is gone, finished. So, but what you can do, you can put them maybe for 5 or 10 minutes in the water and that will help them. Secondly, what you can do as well, think about last time we did it a lot. I'm sure you can do it. Put the people in ice bath. What will be happen with your system? Your body gets immediately, we call it a shock effect, that you send a signal to the brain, it's cold, I need more blood. And the blood is the washing machine of our system. The faster the blood is running inside, you're easier to clean it up. And when you have a tough session in the strength training, the muscles are tight. Of course, you can do also with a good relaxation massage, but an ice bath after that, you wake them up again. And this is quite important. Secondly, a lot of athletes not drinking water enough after the training, because you know them, training finished and I want to go home immediately. But recovery means also cool down. How long your athletes doing cool down? We have to check it, because also we as coaches, sometimes you want to go home to your wife fast. So you say, thank you very much, and I'm leaving. But what are the athletes doing after the training? Especially when it's coming to recovery. What is the plan? Is it inside your trainings plan already that you do something with a strength and conditioning coach, that you're really doing a good cool down program? Maybe with a physiotherapist when he's around. Yeah?
Yes.
It's not easy to find it, but this is actually the right way, because we are the coaches, we are responsible for the athletes.
Yeah. So yeah, this is also a very good question, because we mostly we see mostly coach also only give some cold water immersions after doing all kind of activity. They don't think about the type of fatigue and so on. Very good question and answer, and very thank you very much for the nice answer, Mr. York.
Okay, most welcome. Okay, enjoy your lunch and I'll see you, or breakfast. Yeah, because some people from Pakistan are here. Enjoy your breakfast, and I'll see you 2 o'clock Malaysian time or 1 o'clock Jakarta time. Okay.
Yes.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.